Now, John, I suppose it seems like a long while back now, that Munster final win. You've had a couple of weeks without a competitive game. How's that been going?
Yeah, listen, it was great in the first instance to get the win, but it was even better for the lads to just get a bit of a break after it. We were able to leave them off for the week, and it's not often you get that opportunity during the course of the championship to give the players a nice clean break where they can just step away from it and get some real recovery in. The round robin is a very taxing, part of the season. There's a good 6-7 weeks where fellas are at full tilt, and then you have the kind of pre-season, the pre-championship season work that you're doing as well, maybe for 3 weeks before that. So you're looking at about 10 weeks work in continuity. So it was great that the lads could take a week off and let the body heal. So we came back then, and we've been working really hard now for the last 2 weeks. So in real terms, it's crept up on us really, really quickly, and we've got a lot of real quality work done. We're very happy with our preparations, and with a clean body of health. All the players are fit and well and healthy, and we're really looking forward to Saturday night now.
I'm sure with the lack of competitive games, but with a massive game to look ahead to, the weeks have been very, very competitive within the panel. How competitive is it, I suppose, coming up to this game within the panel?
Yeah, listen, everybody's putting their best foot forward and working extremely hard, and that's nothing less would you expect of the players. It means an awful lot to them to make the match day 26, to make the match day 15, and we couldn't have asked for anything more from the players over the period of time that we've been working with them. We've got another session to get through this evening, and another one on Thursday, so hopefully by Friday everything will be in place and all our preparations will be complete.
How proud have you been of this side, I suppose, to hold the mantle of All-Ireland champions, come into a high-pressure season and still perform in the big games and still to be going at this stage?
Yeah, listen, as I said, they've never, only but responded in the most positive way possible and worked as hard as they possibly could. And as a manager or anybody working with the group, we can't ask any more of them than that. They're a really enjoyable bunch to be around as well. There's great fun and great camaraderie there. But at the end of the day, we're a very competitive bunch of people as well, we're very driven in terms of what we want to achieve, and where else would you rather be but in an All-Ireland semi-final Saturday evening with Kilkenny to play. We know it's going to be a huge challenge. They're a team that have improved in their performances over the course of the summer. They have a lot of really top-class players who can make a real difference in a game, who've come back into the reckoning now with TJ and Walter Walsh, Richie Hogan. These guys are match winners, and we've huge respect for Kilkenny as a team, and we know that we're going to have to be at our level best in order to get something out of the game on Saturday night.
And I know managers and players alike on either side won't take note of who's the favourites coming into the game or who's fancied coming into the game, but you do come into the game as All-Ireland champions. I mean, you have that target on your back all season. Does that add to it at all, or does that add anything to the game?
No, to be honest with you, we don't feel like we're Ireland champions right now, because that was last year. This is this year. It's the All-Ireland series. It's down to the semi-finals. It's all we're concerned about, who's going to be in that All-Ireland final in 5 weeks' time. And as far as we're concerned, we're willing to do everything we possibly can on Saturday night to try and get through our semi-final. That's all we want to do. And we know it's going to take a huge effort from our players, and we're going to have to be at our level best in order to take that step. But it's a big challenge for us now.
I know last year was a different route into the semi-final, but have you learned any kind of tips in terms of preparation, how to get these players built up for the occasion?
We just, to be honest with you, we follow our routines. We're very structured in what we do. We're regimental in trying to do the same thing over and over again. We're very much dependent on our routines. The players like the routines, and we like our routines. Everybody knows then what's happening. So we've been sticking to our routines in the most part, and just working hard, really. And ultimately, if you want to be competitive in these matches, you're going to have to be able to work extremely hard. And to date, as I said, in training, our players are working extremely hard. So we're trying to replicate what we're doing in training ultimately at the end of the day. And if we can't do it in training, we won't produce it in the big days.
We saw last year how important the subs bench was in the semi-final. This year now, it's going to be high intensity, high temperature, so they're going to be vital again.
Absolutely, they're vital every day we go out, and that's, we pride ourselves in putting an awful lot of emphasis on how important the panellists are, the players maybe who mightn't start, on a regular basis. But, without those guys, we don't have a team to finish these matches. And it's hugely important that those lads who are coming on are able to maintain the level of intensity, are able to take the game to the opposition, are able to get the vital scores that will take us across the line. And they know how important they are to us, I can assure you, because we remind them on a regular basis. We know how important they are.
Did you go see Kilkenny and Cork live, John?
I did, yeah. We went to see it. Yeah, listen, they were hugely impressive. You know, as well as Cork were playing in the first half, you know, at the same time they were 2 points up at one stage, 1-9, 1-7, and I said to myself, wow, you know, they've really been very efficient with their chances. They're creating loads of scoring chances, in excess of 38 scoring chances a game. Their intensity levels are very high as well. Their tackling is ferocious. So, you know, we have a huge challenge ahead of us on Saturday evening, and you know, we know that we're going to have to produce a really top class performance in order to get through.
Would the players be slightly aware, even though I spoke to Declan at the weekend, he mentioned it, that he had struggled to put Cork away a couple of times, and they did. Does that kind of heighten the senses a small bit for them as well? So this Kilkenny team did beat Cork?
I don't think anyone looks at it like that. The A, B, C scenario of we beat A, they beat C, A beats B as a result. Like, I don't know, that doesn't work. Listen, these are all one-off games in their own right. On any given day, it's all about your performance on the day. It's not about what you did the last day or the previous day or what you do the day after. It's all about what you're going to do on the day. And for us, we have to get that performance right on the day. And you know, what any of us did any other day is irrelevant really at this stage.
Richie McCarthy back to fitness. How big a lift is that to the whole squad?
Yeah, well, he's been training with us for a number of months now, so you know, it doesn't really make any particular difference in-house, only that he's playing probably a bigger part in our training sessions than what he would have up to that. So it just means that we have, you know, a greater collective of players training at any one time and more options available to us during in-house games and stuff. So, you know, just really it's more of an acknowledgement to Richie for the hard work he's put in over the last 6 months in terms of trying to get himself back to full fitness and being able to participate fully in training. So, you know, he's put in a huge effort, and that's worthy of acknowledgement.